Hi Capricorn, welcome to your June 2018 reading. In front of us we have the cards laid out in a Celtic cross spread. It's normally a 10 card spread, but you did give one extra card in the present position. And then I pull an oracle card for all my readings, and we'll read that at the end, see how it ties into the spread as a whole. But we'll go through the cards one by one now, starting with the main situation. We have the Six of Cups. So this could be saying that you're trying to reconcile with someone, or perhaps someone is going to try to reconcile with you. This is usually reconnecting with someone from your past, regardless of who's doing the actual gesture. And I sometimes view this as the Be the Bigger Person card. So if it's someone you had a falling out with, you kind of see this person is extending an olive branch to the other person, and there seems to be a size difference. That's why I say it's the Be the Bigger Person card. This is a Scorpio card, but it's definitely usually seen more romantic in nature. It could totally just be reconnecting with an old friend, though, especially if there was a falling out, or even if you guys just disconnected over time, maybe just lost touch with each other. Alright, and then in the challenge position we have the King of Wands. This is usually my Leo card, but it could be any fire sign. And it could be saying that they're challenged this, so maybe you're trying to reconnect with someone, you want to, but then you find out that they're with this person, or maybe you're with this person and someone's reaching out to you hoping to reconnect. Some way or another, it seems like this reconnection is being blocked. Or, I mean, you also have the North Node in Leo, which is transiting your 8th house. So it could be saying that you're not meant to start a new passionate relationship with this person. It's a few different angles. We'll see how it plays out as we go along. In the foundation position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is normally my Virgo card, but it could totally point to you, that since you're another earth sign. And if that's the case, usually, even though it's a knight, this is one of the slower moving knights. So it could be that you're thinking about making an offer to someone, but definitely thinking it over and taking your time in doing so, if that's the case. In the past position, we have the Temperance card. This is the major arcana card for Sagittarius. And you could see there, they have one foot in the water, one on earth. To me, that symbolizes the fact that they're in between water and earth. You have Scorpio right before them, and you guys, Capricorns, are after them. So sometimes I feel they have that ability to blend those two energies, to take the emotional, turn into something tangible, to manifest, if you will. They're ruled by Jupiter, so manifesting is something that comes easily to them. This could also be talking about the fact that your ruler, Saturn, was in Sagittarius for the past couple of years, and now it's in your sign. And since it is in a past position, that would line up with that. So it could be talking about maybe you expanded your spirituality in the past. Maybe you're feeling more spiritual than you were before the transit. In the present position, we have two cards. We have the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is normally my Cancer card, but it could be any water sign. This might be the person that you were trying to reconnect with, or is trying to reconnect with you. In any case, with the Nine of Wands, with that card, someone seems to have their guard up regarding this. It could even be that you're feeling more emotional this month, and that has you on guard because you feel a little bit out of your element in that regard. And the reason I say that is in the near future, we have the Devil card in reverse, and this is the actual major arcana card of Capricorn. So maybe you're feeling a little bit out of your element right now, feeling out of sorts, feeling turned around, and maybe that's why the card came up in reverse. This could also point to karmic relationships, so with it being in reverse, that could be saying that it's coming to an end. That would certainly seem to align with what you have here, that the attempt, whoever is making the attempt, could be blocked, whether it's because someone's with the fire sign, or someone's just not trusting the offer, whatever the case may be. So it definitely seems like there's a desire for a reconnection here, but it seems like it might not get off the ground. Now in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Queen of Wands. So a lot of fiery energy going on here. The Ace of Wands is actually the card underlying the entire reading. I forgot to mention that. So that's another sign that there's a passionate new beginning that's trying to get off the ground. And you here is the Queen of Wands. That's an Aries card, so some of you may have Aries in your chart. Another thing that comes to mind is, even though Mars is now in Aquarius, it was transiting through your sign, and it totally, for a lot of you, could still be in your first house because it's still in the early degrees of Aquarius right now. So that could be why you're feeling this passionate, fiery energy, if that's the case. It's less likely that you're dealing with an actual Aries just because this isn't your position of influence on the situation. It might even be related to your 4th house because Aries is your 4th house. So maybe you're just more focused on home, but there seems to be a little bit too much passion there for it to be related to that. So I doubt that's the case. In the position of your environment's influence in the situation, we have the Ace of Cups. So with that being out there, it could totally be that someone extended an offer to you and you were the one that was turning it down, or it was blocked for whatever reason. Or this could just be saying you were trying to get something off the ground with someone from your past. It was blocked because they're with someone else. You're still feeling passionate and fiery, and then maybe a new offer comes along. Because especially with the Ace of Cups, yes, it could possibly be a reconnection, but that seems a little less likely. I would feel this is more of a new connection coming your way. And if these cups are related to a creative project as well, let's say, then maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're trying to get one from the past off of the ground again. It wasn't really working out for you, and now an offer for a new creative project is coming about. But most likely this is some kind of romantic connection from the past. That's more the vibe I'm getting there. In the position of hopes or fears, we have the Two of Wands. This is another Aries card, actually. And it could just be saying that you're hoping for action to be taken one way or the other. That certainly would align with your card here, with the Ace of Wands underlying. So it could be that you're very much in an action mode right now. Especially, as we said, you did have Mars in your 1st house. For some of you, it might still be there. So you could just be feeling ready to go in some direction, in some area of life. And your outcome card is the Three of Wands. So this is another Aries card, believe it or not. So I'm really feeling that this is saying for a lot of you, you still have Mars in your 1st house. For a lot of Capricorn risings, that's definitely going to be the case. And it could just be saying, rather than pushing forward on taking action, maybe you should fall back a little bit and let your ships come in. These are ships off in the distance, and you could see he's waiting for them to arrive. That's more or less the energy that's represented there. So it could be saying, whatever work you did put in, trust that that was the work you needed to put in. If it's blocked, don't try to push any further. Just wait for things to come to you at that point. I know that could seem tough with you being in the Queen of Wands mode right now, the Ace of Wands. Just saying whatever action was taken, if you've already taken it, just trust that it was enough and see what comes to you from it. Alright, and then we have an Oracle card, and it's Thinker, number 44. And this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle card, Wisdom of the Oracle deck, rather, by Colette Baron-Reid, for those of you who are interested. And what I do with this deck is it has multiple different messages in the book, so I actually like to read the messages from the book, and then we tie it all into the reading and wrap up. Alright, so I'll read the message for you now. It says, essential meanings, strategy, being analytical and logical. The Oracle's message, the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in the moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Alright, so with the devil card being in reverse, that could be saying that yes, this isn't meant to get off the ground again if it is a reconnection you're attempting to make. Could just be saying that you're feeling turned around. So because of that, you should give a little more thought to what you're going through, and what you see is what you get. So let's say it was someone you're trying to reach out to again, and you see, oh, it looks like they might be with this fire sign. Don't overthink it and try to spin it. That's most likely exactly what it is, if that was your first gut instinct there. And for relationship message, so we'll see if this gives you a little further insight, if this did resonate more as a relationship reading for you. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. So again, going back to that, let's say this was you making the offer, and they tell you, oh, I'm with someone, and you're maybe thinking that they're trying to blow you off, and you're wondering if you should pursue it further, especially with this energy going here. You might still try. It's saying, well, what you see is what you get there. Don't necessarily overthink it. The facts are the facts. If they tell you they're with someone, they're with someone. And again, with the Queen of Wands, this could be pointing to Mars being in your first house. So even that could have you feeling out of sorts. So maybe you feel, passionate and you really, I want to reconnect with this person, but that might not be in your best interest. That could be what that's saying as well. Now, for those of you, if this resonated more on a financial angle, there's a prosperity message as well. And it says, calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friends now, so get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. So, if this was some kind of financial reading for you, that certainly sounds good. And again, this was, you're hoping to take action, but now might not be the time for that. Now's the time to think strategically. And if you have put in any work in the past and you're just waiting for the results, that seems to be the best move right now. And maybe all this Mars energy in your first has you feeling out of sorts. That's why you're feeling turned around. You want things to happen more quickly than they are. That's the case. Looks like the cards are saying that the work you've put in is fine. Don't stress it too much and just let things play out. All right. I think that's all the messages we have for now, so we'll wrap up here, and I'll talk to you all next month. Bye.